It's been a hell of a year for us at Screen Rant, and it's thanks to people like you who keep coming back for more interesting movie facts, trivia, movie mistakes, Easter eggs, hidden messages, and more. So thanks again! We decided to take a look back at our most popular videos of this year and do a top 10 mashup of the best entries in each of those videos. If you missed out on them, you can catch up by clicking on the link at the top right of the screen in each entry. Here's Screen Rant's look at the top 10 amazing movie facts you probably didn't know. Frozen. We know, there's no way Disney's heartwarming billion-dollar tale of sisterly love could have anything crude to it, right? When Anna first joins forces with Kristoff, he's less than supportive about her marrying a man she just met.
Hang on, you mean to tell me you got engaged to someone you just met that day?
Proving it's a bad move by quizzing her with questions about Hans, including his foot size.
Me?
Foot size?
Foot size doesn't matter.
It's a safe bet the women in the audience gave the line a little giggle, since it's an obvious play on the idea that size doesn't matter when it comes to a man's equipment. Luke's ghost. It's no secret that some of George Lucas's improvements on the original film weren't popular with fans. But just as many new mistakes seem to slip into new additions. When Luke's aunt and uncle wake up to find him already out searching for R2-D2, there's something off about the shot of the empty homestead. What looks like rolling film is actually a still image, with a ghostly image of Luke visible in one of the doorways. Was Skywalker a Force ghost the entire time and fans just never knew? Creepy. The Road to El Dorado. In this DreamWorks adventure, two quasi-criminals set out to find a mystical city of gold. But it wouldn't be much of a movie if things went smoothly for the heroes Tulio and Miguel. The journey isn't all bad though, especially for Tulio, who enjoys the company of a beautiful woman named Chell. In fact, he might be enjoying it a little too much. In one scene, the camera pans across a couch before Chell appears from below, followed by a satisfied Tulio. Considering the sounds heard before they were interrupted, and the fact that their heads pop up from two different places, the animators seem to be implying something far more adult than a PG kids movie. But we'll let you decide.
Whoa!
My lords?
Quantum of Solace. James Bond adventures are famous for their physics-defying action and over-the-top science. But Quantum of Solace showed it isn't just 007 who can turn reality on its head. As star Daniel Craig tracks his prey in the sun-baked harbor of Hawaii, a background maintenance worker does his best to look casual, and fails miserably. Making sure not to fill the set with clouds of dust or sand is understandable, but how this floating broom pantomime made it into the finished film is anyone's guess. Luke becomes Vader. Despite the Emperor's best attempts, Luke never turns to the dark side of the Force and remains a hero until the very end. But Lucas toyed with the idea of having the hero become bad. In the early stages, Return of the Jedi was going to end with Luke putting on Vader's helmet and saying, "Now I am Vader." It would have been a moment out of left field and completely ruined the entire story of the trilogy. Thankfully, this was never a change Lucas made to the originals. Seeing Luke have one touching moment with his father was much more emotional and satisfying for viewers. Tangled. Disney's Tangled puts a different spin on Rapunzel's charming prince. Instead, the long-haired heroine is helped down from her tower by a thief named Flynn Rider. In the original story, the escape never even takes place. Mother Gothel discovers Rapunzel's plans and casts her out into the desert, where she eventually gives birth to twins and lives in misery for years. Her handsome prince is tricked into climbing the tower to find Gothel waiting for him at the top. She throws him from the tower into a thorn bush that pokes out his eyes. The poor prince is left to wander for years, completely blind and surviving only by eating grass and roots. The lovebirds eventually meet and Rapunzel cures his blindness with a magic tear. They live happily ever after and probably both pretty traumatized. I Am Legend. During the Times Square hunting sequence in I Am Legend, Will Smith passes a billboard advertising a Superman and Batman team-up film set to open on May 15, 2010. Given the 2007 I Am Legend release, had the tongue-in-cheek Easter egg come true, the film would have likely featured Brandon Routh, whose Superman Returns was released in 2006, and Christian Bale, who debuted as Batman in 2005. Of course, Warner Brothers has since put together an actual Batman vs. Superman crossover in their Man of Steel sequel starring Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck in the iconic roles. So I Am Legend really did include a hidden message from Warner Brothers. Specifically, they wanted to cash in with the world's finest team-up for more than half a decade. WALL-E. trading a human or animal star for a robotic one. WALL-E was a major turning point for Pixar as a whole, relying less on dialogue than ever before. Set in a future where mankind has turned Earth into one massive landfill and headed to space, WALL-E is just one maintenance robot left behind. He's put his time to good use too, collecting dozens of trinkets and souvenirs to store in his home. When WALL-E first enters his house in the movie, one Toy Story character can be seen hidden behind a pair of bowling pins. How Rex managed to survive the man-made end of the world isn't clear, but if he did survive, then there's reason to believe Woody and the gang were still alive off-screen as well. The Dark Knight Rises, The League's Mark. The third of Christopher Nolan's Batman films finds Bruce Wayne surprised and devastated. He discovers his corporate ally and lover Miranda Tate is actually Talia al Ghul, daughter of Batman Begins villain Ra's al Ghul. But her membership in the League of Shadows is foreshadowed long before she confesses it. Bruce makes note of a triangular scar on her back, which is never explained. It's very similar to those covering Bane's head, implying a link between the two. Some have argued the scar resembles the brand of the League seen in Batman Begins. But whatever the case, having a villain covered in scars suggested there was more to Miranda than met the eye. Frozen. Just because animated films are created a single frame at a time, that doesn't mean mistakes don't slip by just as easily. One of the most well-known sequences in Disney's smash hit Frozen stars the magical Queen Elsa embracing her powers with the performance of the award-winning song Let It Go. In all the excitement, the artist decided to let the laws of physics go as well. As Elsa lets down her hair, her braid jumps from behind her back to over her shoulder, passing right through her left arm. The ability to control ice and snow and create an eternal winter is one thing, but we have to draw the line somewhere. That's it for now. Let us know what your favorite entries are and what you'd like to see in our videos in the future. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this one, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year. Thanks!